Hello, everyone. Welcome once again. Here is another lesson, and I wish you the best as we go through this lesson. Today, we are looking at staff notation by your presenter and instructor, Erisa Walubo. What is staff notation? First, we need to understand notation. Music notation is a system of signs and symbols used to represent information in music. And there are two types of notation, the tonic solfa notation and the staff notation. Staff notation is a form of notation which involves the use of symbols on a 5-line grid called the staff or stave. These symbols represent rhythm, but when they are put on the staff, they represent both rhythm and pitch. Rhythm, as we already know, is a continuous flow of strong and weak beats, while pitch is the depth and height, or a musical sound. What are the different staff notes? First, why are they called the staff notes? Because we use them to write on the staff. And they are notes because they are the ones we use in notation. So what we use to notate on the staff are the staff notes. There are different staff notes, many of them having the Italian names, but also the English name equivalent. Here are several of them. One, we have the symbol oval with two bars at the sides. This is called a breve. A breve is also a two-hole note, and it is 8 beats long. Ta. That is the French rhythm name. You simply take one note and sustain it for 8 beats. The next symbol is the semibreve. A semibreve is a whole note. The whole note is 4 beats long. Remember, a breve is a two-hole note and it's 8 beats long. Now, a whole note is 4 beats long. Ta. Next, we have a minim. The minim can be written with the head and the stem. It can be written with the head down and the stem up, or upside down with the stem down and the head up. It's a minim, it's a half note. Half note is 2 beats long. Ta. Then next we have a crotchet. A crotchet is a quarter note. 4 crotchets will fit into a whole note. That's how it gets the name a quarter note, because how many of these notes do you need to make a whole note? You need 4 of them. So it's a quarter note. It's 1 beat long. Ta. If you want several of them, then you could clap. Ta, 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 ta at a steady speed that you choose. Next is a quaver. A quaver resembles a crotchet, only that it has a hook. So it has the head, the stem, and the hook, and can also be written upside down. All notes with stems can be written upside down. But remember, as you may observe, when we write them upside down, the stem changes from the right-hand side to the left-hand side of the head. A quaver is also the 8th note. It's a half a beat. It's ta. But now, because it is a half, it's unstable. Therefore, we normally bring it with the other half so that they make a full beat. And so if they are two, the first part will be ta, while the second will be te. Ta, te, ta, te, ta, te. I'll just be demonstrating from the minim and then back until I reach the quaver. Ta, te, ta, te, ta, te, ta, 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 da, 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 te, da, da, te, da, 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 te, da. All right. Next is a semiquaver. A semiquaver is like a quaver, only that it has two hooks. A semiquaver is the 16th note and it's a quarter of a beat. So as you divide the ta, you get tafa. Then you divide the te, you get tefe. So from ta, te, we can get tafa, tefe. Let's go. We can also demonstrate ta, 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 te, ta, ta, te, ta, 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 te, ta, te, tafa, tefe, tafa, tefe, tafa, tefe, tafa, tefe, tafa, tefe, ta, te, ta, te, tafa, tefe, ta, ta, te, ta, 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 te, ta, ta, te, ta, ta, tafa, tefe, ta, ta, tefe, ta, ta, tefe, ta, tafa, te, ta, ta, and so on. Next we have the demi-semi-quaver. It's a 32nd note and it's a quarter of a beat. Then the hemi-demi-semi-quaver, which is the 64th note, and it is a 16th. We have the dotted notes. When these staff notes are written with dots after them, the dot changes the meaning of the note. First, it changes the name. For instance, this is now a dotted brief. Now, what is the effect of a dot on a note? When a dot is written after a note, any staff note, the dot increases the duration of that note by a half of its original duration. For example, a brief is 8 beats long. A dotted brief is 8 beats plus a half of 8, which is 4. So 8 plus 4, giving us 12 beats long. Similarly, a dotted semi-brief is 4 beats, the original, plus a half of 4, which is 2, to give us 6 beats. A dotted minim, on the other hand, is 2 beats long plus 1, because it was originally 2 plus 1, which is 1 is a half of 2, to give us the 3 beats. A dotted crochet is 1 plus a half, which is 1.5 beats. And a dotted quaver is a half plus a quarter, which is 3/4 of a beat. We can also have instances where there are two dots written after a note. When two dots are written after a staff note, then the second dot is half as long as the first one. So a double dotted semi-brief, for example, would be 4 beats, the original, plus 2, which is the first dot, plus 1, which is the second dot. So a double dotted semi-brief is 7 beats long. Also, a double dotted minim is 2 plus 1 plus a half, which is 3.5 beats. Work with your friends, with your colleagues, and explore more with other notes. Here now is an example of Telephone to Mommy, a simple song we can use for learning purposes to clap the rhythm. Da, te, da, efe, da, 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 te, da, efe, da, 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 te, da, te, da, te, da, te, da, da, te, da, te, da, da, da de da de da 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 de da de da de da de da. Practice clapping the rhythm of this song and many other songs that you come across. Hope all is well. Goodbye.